Okay, it is 9 a.m. Tribal Council is here today, October 20th, 2025 at 9 a.m. for the mid-monthly Tribal Council meeting. Call to order at 9 a.m. Mr. Eugene Decor, please say opening prayer for us, please.
Thank you, Chair. As he is, bear with me here. Tomorrow today, I think we're thankful for this day that we're given. Asking to send a special blessing out to all our mourners in our community as they need it the most, and then ask for you look out for all our young ones and our young guns, so our oldest. So look out for all our elders, look out for our firefighters, EMS, law enforcement. As he take special need of those that are needing shelter coming up here in these cold months that are on their way. So look out for our children as they move around throughout our community. Those that are traveling the roadways coming in our community as well. That's one of the things to look out for. All our animals that come around our community as well. This year, moon, if I read anybody in this prayer, so you take care of that for us. Has sketch.
Thank you. Okay, we have an agenda. We're moving the new business items A, B, and C under planning department, and under the ratified part of it, since we did the 5 signatures this weekend. That's one thing we'll be doing, changing an agenda. Is there any additions? Any other additions? Do we want to add an executive session today? No? No? Okay. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion.
There's a motion by Eugene Decor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Teresa Little George. Any objections? No objections? 400. Motion approved. Agenda is 400. Lorelei? Lorelei?
Okay, Chairman, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I was trying to add, we should have a discussion towards a plan in case there's a snap shutdown on November 1st. I sent out an email to Miscu trying to find out how many households. Well, anyway, I'm just trying to add that to the agenda and then we can discuss it. But I couldn't, you guys couldn't hear me when I tried to add that.
Number 3.
Okay. Is that okay in your approval agenda, Huge? Okay. And Teresa?
Yes.
Good to add a discussion for the SNAP benefits in case of a shutdown discussion. Okay, Tori's in. We're approving an agenda. We had a vote of 400. Then Lorelei wanted to add a SNAP discussion, SNAP benefit discussion. Tori, you want in on that vote? Sure. Approve it? Yes. Okay, 500. 600.
7.
6.
Oh yeah, 6. Gee. Let's see what's.
Okay. Reading of the minutes. The October 6, 2025 regular tribal council meeting. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion by Tori, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Huge. Is there any objections? No objections? Motion passed 600. The October 6, 2025 CEO report meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve?
So.
Moved by you. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Trey. Any objections? No objections? Motion passed 600. Thank you. October 8th, 2025, oath of office swearing in ceremony minutes. Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Eugene. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Arita. Any objections? No objections? Motion passed 600. October 14th, 2025, physical resources report meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Trey. Is there a second? Second by Eugene. Any objections? No objections? Motion passed 600. Thank you. October 15th, 2025, General Council meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion approved.
Motion by Eugene. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Irita. Any objections? No objections? Motion passed 600. Ratify the 5 signatures. Number 1, appoint an ethics complaint investigative committee to include human resource directors of the Winnebago Tribe, Little Creek Tribal College, and Winnebago Casino Resort. Is there a motion to ratify?
Motion to ratify.
Motion by Teresa. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Eugene. Any objections? No objections? Motion passed 600. The LF requests for additional financial assistance in amount of $300 for travel expenses returning to New Mexico following funeral services in Winnebago.
Motion to ratify.
The motion by Teresa. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Eugene. Any objections? No objections? Motion passed 600. FYI 2025 strategic strategies to support children exposed to violence.
Why are you doing that? Big Fire represents me.
Oh, shoot.
What's that?
She's not on mute. Hey, Lorelai.
Yeah, go ahead. Lorelai?
Yes, and I am part of the tribe. I'm on the city council.
Lorelai, you're not on mute. If you're not having a conversation with us, we can hear it.
Well, I'm in a meeting right now. Do you mind?
You just want to mute her, Christina?
Oh,
Thank you.
Back to the FY 2025 strategy to support children exposed to violence. Ratification. Is there a motion to ratify?
Motion ratified.
Motion, motion by Huge, second by Teresa. Any objections? No objections. Motion passed 6-0. Wildlife and Parks FYI 26 Big Bear Park Restoration Phase 2 project. Is there a motion to ratify?
Motion ratified.
Motion by Huge. Is there a second?
A second.
Second by Teresa. Is there any objections? No objections? Motion passed 6-0. And digitizing hidden collections, amplifying unheard voices, 2025-26.
Motion ratified.
Motion by Teresa. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Irita. Any objections? No objections? Motion passed 6-0. That's it for the ratifications. On to new business. EPD resolution for supplemental TAS of return lands. Brittany?
This is an application for EPD's water quality. It's under AC on it, water quality. They're needing to add the 1600 that was given back to us into their maps, and an application process has to be presented for this along with the treble resolution. I did request our in-house legal counsel to create a resolution for this, and yeah. And she's not here, so that's very, from what I've got from the information that she's given me, is that they're putting an application to add to 1600 acres into their maps for EPA to have their application for the water, Clean Water Act.
So is there a resolution?
Yes, it's in, I don't know if she has a
That's
packet.
the Lorelei.
It's in right here.
Yes.
Oh, I don't have it, remember, I'm virtual. I'll make a motion to ratify 25 dash, what's the number, Teresa?
Let's
13.
adopt resolution 2613.
Okay, 2613, approving the EPD application to add our newly restored Iowa lands to under their monitoring.
There's a motion to approve the resolution. Is there a second?
A second.
Second by Teresa. Any objections or comments? No objections? No comments? Motion passed 6-0.
Thank you.
We move on to old business.
Do we need
Fiber to home, huh?
do we need a motion to approve the letter for you to sign?
Do we
Or
need
does
a,
that just go along with the resolution? The letter that's in here for chairman to sign,
Maybe.
do we need a motion to approve that or just with the resolution?
resolution to add public signature.
Okay. Thank you.
that'll cover it?
Yep.
Okay. Old business, fiber to home construction bid suggestion.
We did not know if you wanted to discuss the companies in executive session or what the regular practice was for that when you're going, selecting a construction company.
I think we should do that because we're still live streaming.
That's what we get done. I think Brandon's supposed to be on his way up, so, but I can get us started. Just let me know when you're ready for executive session to do that.
You want to do an executive, is that what a
That's what I,
suggestion? Okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
I'll make a motion now. Put us in an executive session.
Okay.
Second.
We just need to go into executive.
There's a motion by Huge and second by Trey to move it to executive session. need to add executive session to the agenda? Find the rules or
Probably when we get down to it.
when we get down to it? Okay. Okay, we'll move to item 2 then. Or should we go to executive now?
They made a motion, yeah, to go into.
Oh, was
Go
it?
in executive now.
This motion
Okay.
to go
Because they're
into.
here. Yeah, that was
Motion
my
to
motion,
go-
was going into executive
That
session.
motion was to go into executive session.
At 9:16.
Okay. Go into executive session at 9:16 a.m. Or do we want to see, do you guys want to see anything?
Make a motion to approve it. Bauer for 16,997,684.89.
Get that dollar amount?
No, I didn't.
What's that dollar amount again?
Here, you got it right there.
16
I'll get it from my reader.
16,997,684
and 89 cents.
Thank you. Motion by Tori, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion by Tori and a second by Eugene to approve Bauer underground or
Yep.
construction? Underground on
Underground.
North Fork or fiber to home construction. Any objections? Any comments? None? Motion passed 600.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be back shortly with an actual contract in hand.
All right. Send Charlie Earth in, please.
Oh, it's close.
That works. That's good.
Yeah. I Kevin put it in. I said, does it work?
Good morning.
Good morning, ladies. We're here with Charlie Earth. Parks update and post-construction care. Go ahead.
Yes, so good morning. We wanted to come in and give an update on the parks project and kind of like where we're at and with the plan for like taking care of it. But just as we like move forward, I just wanted to kind of give more of the history behind the project and kind of how it started with our new council members here too. So first of all, I just walking through the documents that I submitted. A memorandum of agreement was put in place when we first began between Ho Chunk Inc. and the Winnebago tribe. At the time, I was employed under the ambassador program, which Janelle currently runs. So that's kind of how that got started. I was presenting this idea. I was presenting this idea around the community to different entities and departments, and Joy Johnson actually helped us gather this information. She helped us find this grant. So that leads us to the resolutions that were put there. So we did a WCDF, which is the Community Development Fund resolution. We originally asked for or got the 123 when we first were awarded the grant. So that's why there's two WCDF resolutions that you'll see. We recently came back to update our WCDF resolution last year to apply for more money, which we were awarded through there. So we have all of those in place with the, okay.
Do you guys have any questions or need clarification on any of those documents that Charlie reviewed? No? Okay.
I do. It's not, this is Lorelei, can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm trying to understand who does the actual day-to-day accounting for this project.
The tribe does.
So we have an account in
Yes.
finance?
Yes, you do. So I'm the one that oversees like the project management. I work closely with Billy Kitchian, Autumn, Lily, and the finance team when needed. So that is all stated in the MOU under, or MOA, I'm sorry, under the tribe will. The tribe will serve as a grantee. Well, you have it, unless you want me to read it to you, Lorelei, but.
No, I just want it to be clear who's
Okay.
doing the accounting.
Yeah.
So we're,
So I submit project reports to Billy, procurement office.
okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, yes. So yeah, just wanting to give some more of the history or background behind kind of how where we got to where we are today. So I also included a park project overview in there, so we can go here. This is half of the document that I presented when we came in a couple months ago of kind of what that phase one funding included, which was $1 million between the QCT fund and the WCDF. That funded the playground structures, the landscape architect design, the shelters. And then from there, we've been getting the amenities, excuse me, to add into the playground. So, which we've been working on over the last summer. Picnic tables, welcome sign, grills, the waste management, trees, liability. So this week is actually when some of those are being implemented into the Kelly Pond. We're doing our final walkthrough today with our architects and the construction team on the Kelly Pond and BIA site. So once we get those and make sure everything's good, we're hoping or planning to open and allow the community to come out next week on Wednesday. We're doing a special invitation to the people and the residents of that area just because it's we really wanted to make it special and like make sure that they feel that sense of ownership. So we're planning that, and we're working with the tribal housing team to make sure some of that is all like communicated to the tenants and residents. But one of the things that we've been working on is the like post-construction care. So as we're wanting to open and getting everything done, we have playground manuals, which is how to maintenance the parks if anything were to be wrong or damaged with them. There's warranties on a lot of the items, but what we're really trying to do is make sure there's like a plan to make sure the grass is mowed, the stuff is being watered. If there's any like warranties that need to be placed, like who's going to be the one like doing that. So we're kind of getting into that yeah, post construction.
Kind of where the handout.
Yeah. So, and I wanted to get more clarification and guidance on like, what is the process like once a tribe builds a new project, and like, how are we like ensuring it's being like sustained? Does it need a written document? I've tried to go through a couple different processes, but we just haven't found the right one, I guess, with the physical resource department, because there is a lot of moving pieces. So I just wanted to come for some guidance and clarification.
So to provide a little history, we started working, Charlie initiated it, but started working with Darla to create MOUs. Those MOUs, then the new physical resources director came in, and he had advised it to move this way to a standard operating procedure. And so just really, like Charlie said, get guidance from you guys and how this process works, and ensure that we're doing what we need to do to, that the project continues to move forward and we don't have any holdups, because everybody's excited about the parks. Everybody wants to see the parks open. Everybody's ready to take their kids there, sit at the picnic tables, have family gatherings, everything that the park's intended for. So we just need a little support and guidance on that.
Okay. Tori?
I think the council did their part when they supported the MOUs and the resolutions. So the council's governance part is done. You guys have the past resolutions, you have the funding. And so the MOU is an operations issue. And so Darla and Brian, they're the ones that can have their team assigned to these areas. So I think you're in the exact place you need to be. If you further involve the council, that's just going to be the council telling those departments what they need to do. And that's the director's role and the CEO's role. So I think you're right where you need to be.
Yeah, thank you, Tori, for that. That's kind of a reason why we're here also. We're not getting much movement on that end from...
And I would say it's like a lot of like unknowing, like if you can read some of these, and I don't know a lot of answers to a lot of questions, like regarding like, I don't know, insurance, who's responsible for which funding. We kind of worked out like tribal housing, since they already currently take care of some of the land, but it's just like how much is the gas going to cost? And it's like getting into all the nitty gritty details, I guess. And I don't know a lot of the answers to those questions. And I don't know if like a written document is the process for like after a project is completed. I guess it just seems like this is like almost like a barrier trying to get this like approved and completed, when I don't know if any other project does this when something's done, how it's like being implemented.
Tori?
So last time we talked too, I said it was great timing because nobody has budgeted for these projects. This is the prime time for those departments to plug something in for whatever they're going to call it, and so there shouldn't be any pushback because this is just another project and the tribe gets grants all the time and they administer those projects. So if the funding is there, then maybe there needs to be an awareness between those departments that are overseeing this funding that it's not, well, I guess, yeah, it would be the maintenance. So are they including this in their maintenance, or are we going to
Well,
pack
they're
their department with that? Because the money's not coming from anywhere else. That's what they need to
Yeah.
know. And the departments from the governance of the council and the CEO that accepted these projects took on that maintenance. And the MOU was supposed to solidify that. And so I guess whatever that says, the council should approve that MOU, and that's where you get your teeth.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, we've asked those questions, and we've been asked to find out how much gas it's gonna cost to mow this piece of, land for said period of time. We don't know that, you know what I mean? So we were asking guidance from the physical resources department, like, what does it cost to mow? Like, that's just kind of the questions we're getting hit with when we really don't know the answer to them.
Chairman, I got a comment.
Lorelei,
I'm a grandma, great grandma. And me and my greats, we drive by the playground every day and we see its progress. So I appreciate all the hard work that went into this. But there's a hill there, and then there's a drop, and then there's a cement pavement. And I worry about those kids rolling down that hill and dropping onto that cement.
Yeah, so I completely understand that. I've heard that too in the community, and the way that it was designed, there's a phase 2 element in there where it's like $30,000, but the goal is to add a hill slide and like a rock climbing like kind of wall, so kids can like use that hill as a play tool as well. So it's included in our phase 2 that we want to keep adding more to the space. But yeah, I think just like with the design not being complete, it kind of just looks like one of those like bare areas. And I mean, I think some fencing might be good, but we're just trying to figure out, different elements for safety too. So I'll definitely take that into consideration.
Well, if we're gonna, if we're gonna open it for the kids, there has to be some kind of safety measure there that they don't roll down that hill and drop onto that cement.
Yeah, and at our opening
Play
event,
open.
yes, at our opening event, we're going to be doing public safety sessions to have youth come and talk with it. We actually invited the police department to come out too, and they're going to be doing some education with the kids and letting like parents know kind of their role too. So we're working to implement some of these safety items, but I think that's more like a mobility or accessibility issue that we want to make sure that it's safe for everyone not anyone to roll down that hill.
Okay, and then one final point, which my great grandson brought up, and I already shared this many times, is the highway is going by there and, right off of Thunder Way. And we don't know what kind of criminal element's going up and down our highway. And so our kids are gonna get up early in the morning, maybe even before their parents get up, and they're gonna run over there to play. And so is there a way to work with IT to put a camera up on that 12, is it fourplex?
Yeah, and I think,
That's right there to monitor, so we have footage to monitor, protect our kids.
I spoke with Madison out at Tribal Housing, and they have some cameras on their apartment complexes. So she was gonna give me an update to see if they would be able to just add more that face to the playground.
Okay, thank you. I'm just trying to make sure our little ones are safe.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so those types of things are things that we want to continue, that will continually be brought to the table for these parks. As stated in the MOA and in the resolution, this grant is until December of 2026, So at that point, QCT funding's closing, WCDF is closing. So we just want to ensure we're doing our due diligence to the tribe and to our community that everything's going to flow, as needed for our community here and our tribal members. And then, I know Charlie put the document in there with some comments on there, you know, so the comment on the very bottom by, the compan operations maintenance package, you know, it says who is paying for items related to these parks, which entity is responsible for funding these, you know, these are the questions that we're being asked, and we really can't provide an answer to Brian, honestly.
Irene,
So, the areas that those parks are already in, facilities already manages. They mow, so they're downsizing the area that they were mowing. The only problem from what I'm remembering is that you would just have to submit the maintenance on like the wood chips. And if something was to get damaged, then that portion of it. But facilities already manages it, so I don't know why you would need additional information on hours to mow when it's already in their day-to-day operation.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess that was one of the things that we really wanted guidance on, because there are so many like moving pieces. Like the roads department is making sure the gravel's upkeep, the maintenance team is going to make sure it's being mowed, the housing team is making sure the residents and the cameras are. So there's just a lot of pieces to it. So if a document that needs to be approved, or is it just informing each department like this is what needs to happen?
Because we've been trying to work, you know, through Autumn and Brian as the director of all these departments. Do we just work straight with those departments to get these kinds of things in order, or do we kind of still work with Brian because he oversees all of those departments?
I would suggest and this is just my take, I don't know how the table feels, but I would suggest working with the programs, just because roads has that information on how many tons you need to bring over to the area to make sure that the parking area is in line. And then also facilities should have something in place on the equipment usage. There is the actual equipment usage amount for each program.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think too, that's really good advice, because I think just wanting not to overstep or do anything, so wanting to make sure we're communicating with the proper people, but maybe it's just meeting people where they're at and getting down and creating this overall budget, and maybe that's how we can present it back. Just try to find different ways to get this done, because like I said, the playgrounds are going to be opening really soon, and we just want to make sure that this is in place so they're sustained and well taken care of and maintained.
Yeah, I think bottom line, everything is Winnebago Tribe in Nebraska.
Yes.
So that's here, that's us. So soon as everything's done, then I would think that we're going to take care of it regardless. If I know HCI maintenance, they kind of go out of the way, go out of their scope of work and do other things too. So they're more than welcome to help. You know,
Okay.
I would look at it that way.
No,
So it's really nobody. But I have a question with you mentioned insurance. Was that ever brought up? And a kid gets hurt, how?
So the advice that I was given a couple years ago was just with the liability signs, with it, us not being responsible for any sort of injury. So just putting that at the playground, I guess. So we've been working on getting the liability sign for that, but I don't, if there's anything beyond that, I don't know that.
That was just the guidance we were given. If you have the sign up, you know, that's the sign.
Yeah, but it would be nice to get that in writing too, I guess some actual advice on that to make sure
who
that
said
it's
that and who supports
And
that? I imagine somebody gets hurt, somebody's gonna want to try it.
Yeah.
I hate to delay it anymore.
Yes, and I think with this being a outdoor rec, another thing or recreation laws in general, I know that we don't really have anything like that within our tribal code, so that's something that I'm really passionate about, with us having a lot of outdoor growing spaces, how we can better support all of the outdoor spaces that are being used.
You, did you have anything?
Yeah, no, thank you.
Trey?
Yeah.
Good, Trey?
Have you guys sat down with Darla and Brian?
We've had a few sit-down conversations with Darla. Ron Knorr has been a part of that, but I haven't had any sit-down conversations with Brian. Everything's been over email or comments in the documents.
Yeah, I guess that's my thing is their questions and concerns that they have. Obviously, that would be, kind of directed towards Brian and having to sit down with these departments that are going to oversee as far as,
Yeah,
We've
You know.
scheduled meetings and, Brian doesn't come.
yeah,
Darla will come,
his
but
last advice is that he was gonna do what Darla or the table told him, so that's kind of what brought us here, or, I know that Darla kind of gave it advice to approve, but, it's kind of hard to approve like a document that have like a lot of unknown questions, so we're kind of just stuck in like the editing phase or trying to like, yeah, get everything like in line, so.
yeah, so I guess that's my thing is that he needs to sit down and talk with these guys to kind of figure out, I guess, the plan that you guys want to, after these are done, right? So,
Yes.
but I guess just as far as like the safety of the parks and everything, I think that's really like the parents, like you can't just drop your kids off and, not watch them. I think that's kind of maybe what Lorelai was getting at was that, because a lot of times parents do drop their kids off and, I watch my kids when I go to the park and stuff. So I think obviously having the liability signs and everything up will be good. But I guess just from here is just, I guess it's difficult for you guys to try to meet with Brian and get that situated. Obviously the tribal housing, have you guys met with them? And then also facilities with,
Yes.
and Abana?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think everyone is really like,
On
and
board.
yeah, everyone's on board. Everyone's so willing to help and support. But again, it's just like getting this approved or making sure that it's on like paper. I think that's kind of where we're like, yeah, struggling to like make sure it's like getting done. So I know you guys kind of had, are in the last few meetings, that's kind of been like the update too. So just wanting to get this moving and making sure that it's getting done. It's the
Tori.
biggest thing.
Could the person that does the bills for those sit down and look at last year's vendor invoices? I mean, there's got to be a way to look at this that's not that hard. Could they pull everything from those account codes and then divide it by however many? I guess, do you have any recommendations? Like, just get the numbers, just put anything in there.
I mean, I guess we could ask, we would probably ask Autumn or somebody,
And
from
I
that
asked them for a
department.
common list of expenses, like what does it cost for an hour for someone to mow, like including the wage and the gas? Like what would it be for someone to come and do snow removal? What would it cost for just like, and I think within all projects, like it could be something that is used so then each project can kind of fill in this budget with existing costs maybe.
Darla?
Yes, we did have multiple meetings. The last one Brian was invited to and he didn't make it. But I think that they do need to talk with Brian about the recommendations that he wanted added into the MOA. There was a few items, and if they don't know exactly what he's talking about, they do need to ask him. I thought both of them were done, so I did instruct them to get them signed. And I did talk with Brian, I think it was Thursday evening when I was leaving, and he did state that those, the changes that he wanted was not in the MOAs as he requested. And so if they don't understand what he's asking for, they do need to meet with Brian. Because there's a long checkoff list for, I think they gotta do it monthly to check out all of the equipment so that the park equipment has the warranty, and that's gonna take extra time out of whoever does the park upkeep. And so I think those kind of questions, they do need to be answered, and the only one that can answer them is Brian. And so I will try to get another meeting with Brian and Janelle and Charlie so that we can look over his questions and what he wanted to add into the MOA. And I don't think the MOAs need tribal council approval, because those are just really getting the duties done that need to be done to keep the parks upkeep and in good shape. So those are the questions that kind of was out there. And so when I instructed them to sign the MOA and get them in place before the park opens, I thought everything was done on both of them. And so that's kind of where I'm sitting with all of this. So we could get another meeting with Brian and Charlie and Janelle and try to clean it up and get it signed and in place before the parks open. Thank you.
Okay, let's do that then. Let's wait for that meeting, see how that goes. And if there's no satisfaction, then let's get it on possibly the CEO or physical resources agenda. Then you're gonna have to go meet with us then.
Okay.
Then we'll hash it out. Okay?
Darla, will you be setting that up and will you be attending as well?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we'll look for that email. Thank you so much.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yes, well, thank you. I think
Thank you,
that
guys.
definitely gives a lot of guidance and just wanting to make sure that you guys also have an update. I know that a lot of progress has been made on the playgrounds, but also like a lot of it has been really slow too. The park should have been done like by fall, but with all the rain this summer, it was just putting a lot of like delay in it. So we're really excited to get these open here in next week or so. And yes, just thank you all for your support.
Quick comment.
Oh, huge.
I just wanted to say, appreciate you guys for helping get this done. I mean, like you said, at the end of the day, you read the MOA that's in front of us, it's going to be owned by the Winnebago tribe of Nebraska. No matter what, all the responsibility is going to end up on the tribe. I know that it's asking for the apprenticeship program, HCI, to help implement this grant, which is very appreciative. I know that it shows how it got there, so everybody can understand that part of it. But yeah, Darla, if you could, please, just you and Brian go work this out with them and try to get it done before the project's open. What is it, next week? Right? The first one's gonna
Yeah,
open next
we're
week, and then the timeline for the other two, do you have a timeline for the other two?
Yeah, so the BIA is gonna be the following week after. The
Okay.
Ho Chunk Village stuff has been like really slow, so that's still to be determined.
Okay, all right, that's all I got, thank you.
Everything.
They do have an equipment rate per machine or whatever.
Okay. Equipment
And that
rate.
already includes gas.
Okay,
So you guys wouldn't need a breakdown of how much gas and gallons and all that stuff. It should already be included.
okay, that'll be helpful. Thank you.
Thank you guys for your time today.
Yeah, it's perfect timing. All those little bugs went away, so let's get that park open.
Yes.
But you guys aren't done yet. You got trails and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're not
Work
done
to
yet.
complete,
So
yeah.
look forward to all that. Thank you.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to the old business. Last Bear Moon Powwow Committee discussion. Garen?
I don't think he's on right now, but I know that I talked to Teresa and it was just kind of random that I brought it up. He kind of brought it up as well, and we never even had a conversation. But I know that we're months away from adding, actually having our last Bear Moon Powwow again. And so I know the conversation right now is just to apply or try to get the committee going again. And I know for the past couple of years, it's just been the same committee, just reappointing them, I guess is how it went. You guys can read his email that he put in there to Teresa. It just kind of talks about the history of the Powwow Committee. I guess it's just, let's see here. So it looks like the last Bear Powwow Committee, the last one was Cassie Kitchian, Les Painter, Melanie, and Garen Coons were the last members on there. So I guess they're asking if
I think it was Tom Teasdale.
Tom Teasdale as well, yep, on there. I guess
He's
Les
marketing
or
director.
Melanie, do you guys have a comment to this at all?
Can you hear me?
Go for it.
Council, can you hear me?
Yeah, I just opened the floor up to Les there, Garen. Kind of introduced
okay.
it.
Oh, I didn't know he was here. Go ahead, you go first, Gary.
Oh, yeah.
No, we've been kind of discussing and with the success of the previous Last Bear Moons, powwow celebrations and stuff, we kind of have what they call a legacy committee that's been there since the first Last Bear Moon powwow. And then we just needed to see what direction the council wanted to go, if they wanted to advertise for a committee or if they wanted to just reseat that committee that was there last year. So that's where it's at. And then from there, we'll get started with fundraising and budgeting and announcements and, just start planning for that celebration. February 28th would be the date.
comments from anybody? Tori?
I would say that want to thank the council that started the last Bear Moon Powwow under Frank White's leadership. And it's grown into a celebration that our whole region enjoys. And each year it's grown in capacity, not only with dancers, but attendees. And the past couple years, it seems like it's been really tough on our community. People are just sad. And so when the powwow happens or any kind of celebration, it gives people something to go do with their children. I think they were running a shuttle last year. And so just some of the amenities of the powwow have gone away and some amenities seem to be added. We haven't done the delegation dinner in a couple years now, where we were having kind of tribal to tribal, or nation to nation, I should say, discussions with the our sister tribes. And so I guess my comment overall is that that it continues to grow, and I hope the table continues to support it. Even there's been discussion about we need a bigger venue. If you've gone, you know, seating and dance space is limited, but we've also used this as a complementary event, something to complement the revenue at Winnebago. We've experienced the past couple years that the drop on the night of last Bear Moon is larger than that of New Year's Eve. And so it's something that the casino has started to look forward to, and they've been a great host. So that's all I want to say is that the tribe seems to enjoy it, and I hope we can still have it.
Thanks, man.
Comment. You don't appreciate that, Tori, that history about it, and she hit everything right on. It's a big tool for the casino as well, but I myself, I've been completely satisfied with the way the committee's been running that powwow. You know, everything's been pretty solid out there. They do a good job of fundraising on their own. I know they do come and ask when they need to this table, and then also working with Winnebago to try to make it the best it can be. And I think they really understand the magnitude of this powwow, I guess, because like Tori had mentioned, in our area, it's the go-to place when it does happen and when it's scheduled. So I myself would be in support of just reappointing the former Last Bear Moon Powwow Committee. Thank you.
Chairman?
Lorelei?
Yeah. I appreciate the last Bear Moon Powwow. I never been to it. But I always hear good things. Our members really enjoy it. And so I'm thankful for the past tribal leaders that felt we needed to do that. And so I'm in support of it. And I'm also in support of the committee. But also we always have to build in some youth. So that we're always passing it on, the knowledge. And so I would be in support of reappointing the current, the committee. But I think we should have a couple of young people that are powwow, that may sing or dance, that should be on this committee so they learn as we're going along. That's my thought, as a way to carry on this beautiful celebration we have. Thank you.
Thanks, Lorelei.
I have a comment.
What's that?
This is Melanie, and I'm on last Bear Moon committee for the past, since it's been going, but last year we did have, I don't know if anybody remembered that we had Summer Snow on the committee. She's a younger generation individual, and I just didn't want anybody to forget that. What Lorelei said reminded me that she was on the committee last year.
Yeah, and she's on, yeah. But then the other part about that too, I know that last Bear Moon even had a large youth contest too, that highlighted our youth. So I want to say appreciative to them to that. But yeah, it does, Lorelei. They do think about our youth in this committee as well.
So I'd like them appointed. A couple more appointed youth. So they learn how to plan and fundraise for this event. Thank you.
Tori?
Lorelei, what do you think about including the youth council?
I would be in support.
Summer, I was hollering from the back of the room. Summer was also a member of the youth council. And so I don't know if the entire youth council would want to be involved, but be a good exercise for them.
Yeah, I support that, Tori.
Maybe we should shoot an invitation to the youth council then, to our youth council, and just see if any of their members want to be part of this.
Yeah, invitation for about two members. Yeah, that sounds good. With that, I mean, we always want to, we take care of our casino and we need to upgrade I know old talk is, a water park was good back then. It was, statistically it was, but we shot it down. And, so we need to do something to upgrade that casino. And, I just drove through the big parking lot to the south, just empty. And, I don't know. I know Anthony's here, but my first thought thinking today was, if we could, the bingo hall going to the west, that could be added as a more arena, more area, and build on from there if we can. At least we're doing something. And that would make it a bigger venue, more room. We probably couldn't get that done maybe we could get it done by February, but at least a year after this one coming up, we could get that done. But just a little upgrade to our casino is always good. And just hate to say investment portfolio nowadays. Everybody freaks out. But something we can do to upgrade our casino besides we can't build that $6 million 3-court gymnasium out there or somewhere. Where we could do these things. A huge. That would be very nice. Any other comments or questions?
I got a comment.
Les.
First of all, I want to say thank you, and I want to reply to Lorelai's comment. She made me feel real old this morning because she said she wanted younger people on there. I guess that means I'm old. No, I just want to say thank you to you, and a lot of good ideas, and look forward to making it another successful year. We got a lot of big plans, and so if it goes forth, then maybe we'll have 2 days. I don't know. But I just want to say thank you, and everybody have a good day.
Chair, I'd like to make a motion to reappoint the Legacy Committee for the last bear move.
I'll second.
What about the youth?
Oh, sorry. So I'm trying to think I've read that then. So reappoint the Legacy Last Bear Moon Powwow Committee with a special invite to our
Youth Council.
youth council for any that want to be part of it.
Okay, is there any call for the vote? Is there a motion by Eugene and a second by Teresa to appoint the last Legacy Power Committee with the invitation to the Youth Council? Like that, something like that? Is there any objections?
Are we gonna do 2 members of the youth council?
Two of them.
Got it?
Yep.
Any objections? And Tori wishes to abstain. Okay. There's 2 abstentions. Lorelai, are you on, and how do you vote? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Raise your hand for yes.
Yes.
Teresa, Eugene, and Trey, and Lorelai. That vote is 4-0-2 with 2 abstaining, Tori and Irita. Motion passed 4-0-2. Good motion, good vote. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, council.
McQuitch.
Ski.
Okay. We're going to tribal council items, get this, knock this out, or you guys want to take a break? Take a QP. 5-minute QP.
Is that
Okay, we're back in session. You hear us, Lorelei? Okay, we're back in the tribal council items. KL, tribal member donation request. Do we continue on? So, KL notified? Or
Yeah,
we
she
haven't?
was, this just, in your packet, she put in a request for, looks like signage for Sweet Things Diner. Talking to our treasurer, she doesn't meet the guidelines for the donation request because she's not a program, organization, or group that's considered a business. So I don't know how you guys feel about her request.
Tori?
I had seen this last week and I was just talking in the office with some of the girls and was wondering if the Sweet Thing Diner had applied for a HCCDC small business loan and that would be an opportunity for them. I know other small businesses in Winnebago have benefited from that. Not only the small business loan, but also some of the small business mentorship that's available through HCCDC, which is a CDFI, which is really cool for a tribe to have it, and not all the tribes have it. So there's like a mecca over there that they could be tapping into that maybe they didn't yet.
Any other comments? Do we want to take any actions on this request?
Chairman, I support that. What, they need to approach HCCDC for a small business grant.
Okay,
And I myself just hearing from the secretary about what our treasurer had to say, this meet the requirements. I would just, myself, wouldn't be able to help them out at this time.
okay.
So, okay,
Okay, we contact her, see if she,
I'll
when
reach
she
out to her.
follows up with it. Okay. Well, it moves on to NITC travel approval. That travel is this Friday?
This Friday, the meeting looks like it's at Marriott. So it'll be to South Sioux.
Oh, they scheduled in South Sioux City? Okay. Is there a motion to approve travel for the Tribal Council, the NITC meeting? National Intertribal Councils.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Teresa, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Eugene. Any objections?
No, Judge,
Comment?
I just have a comment.
Comment?
Since it's a one-day travel, it would just be reimbursable, so track your mileage. And since it's a one day, if you have meal expenses, you don't get advance per diem, but you would just submit any receipts. And then I want to thank the tribal council. A few years ago, they allowed council to collect mileage beyond, was it 13 miles, Teresa? It was like,
Yeah, 13.
before the council couldn't collect mileage with anything that wasn't beyond 13 miles. And so this is probably only going to be 40 miles round trip, but glad the council's eligible.
So mileage, and if you present something, food
Yeah,
receipt?
they're reimbursable, so
Okay.
the finance wouldn't like cut an advance travel check.
All right. There's a motion by Teresa and a second by Eugene. No, any more discussion? Any comments? No comments? Any objections? No objections? No objections, motion passed 6-0-0. Okay, that is the end of our agenda, and we want to go
Wait,
back.
Chairman,
One more.
wait, Chairman, we have one more.
Did you want non-executive? That don't
Yeah,
need executive?
non-executive.
Okay, yeah.
No.
Go ahead, Lorelei.
I want to thank Councilwoman Frazier. Since she's right across the hall from me, but she's just busy catching up on things, and I appreciate her young energy and her love for the Winnebago people. So she brought this up about that there could be a SNAP pause for our tribal members on November 1st. And it's Josh Petrie just sent an email, but I sent an email this morning and I asked Misco to contact the Nebraska Department of Human and Social Services to find out the number of SNAP recipient households in our zip code 68071. And because if SNAP's going to get paused, we need to discuss what we're going to do to get food to our tribal members that are dependent on SNAP. So that's why I wanted it on the agenda. So we kind of have a game plan. Thank you.
Thank you. Rory, you want to comment on that with that email you sent us?
I just was looking for Josh's old email, so I sent to the top of your email the last update we got from him. And then it just said that, well, I guess it's not any better than what we know, that they're operating on their contingency funds now, but in the news it's saying that they're only going to have that up until November. They front load it, so the state gives the USDA their numbers like the month before, and so they've asked them not to send those numbers. So that's kind of troubling that they wouldn't be like processing them, that those numbers wouldn't be received as a part of the normal process of the state sending their numbers. So I think we should send another letter to Ricketts and Fisher. On June 25th, the Senate Agriculture Committee sent a text for the reconciliation bill, and that include the provisions for the exemptions. And so I guess on one hand, we're exempt from the work requirements, so I think that's a good thing that we're on the ballot, that they know that ours are trust responsibilities and treaty rights rather than what do they call those, entitlement programs. These aren't entitlement programs for American Indians, Alaska Natives. And so I think we need to say that again if we ask for Josh's help, to say, hey, thank you for writing that language in the agriculture out of the committee language, but if that Senate bill doesn't pass, then where does that leave us? So I think it's always good to stay in touch with our congressional office, and if that's our only move at this point, absent finding funding and finding how many tribal members are within those numbers, Lorelei, that's what might be my next question is, of that number Ms. Gu sent, how many of them are actually tribal members? Because we service other counties that would capture other tribal members beyond ours. The other thing
That's why I said the zip code,
Yeah.
68071.
The other thing is that SNAP and commods could be used one or the other, but if there's already delays in some of the USDA process for the food, I don't know if that's a real solution, if they're just gonna like rob Peter to pay Paul. And then I would ask Tonka that, would those people that are on SNAP right now, would they have any waiting period to jump on to commods November 1st if they had to?
That was one of my questions I would ask, is that could they be temporarily approved to get to our commodities program until SNAP were to come back into fruition? But then also that brings up a question of, does the whatever program have the capacity to accept that many more people? And that would go down to the way they order their food as well, because right now they're ordering to their capacity, how many clients they have. So then if we were to add on and just make that suggestion, maybe something to us, give it a temporary leeway, or if the state approves it, however you want to say that, then would they actually have the ability to maintain that much food stuff?
One step is to see how and if they could switch over to commodities. What kind of date?
Temporarily, because you wouldn't want to take those benefits away from them in the future.
Yeah. What absolute date will we know, or will they know? The day they usually get their benefits is going to say, hey,
I think it'll be in the news before then because all of America is waiting for this answer, and the
that's
states
gonna
are going to
affect the
have to
whole-
do something.
Mhm.
So this is one thing that I would also ask Tonka. Last summer or summer before, when there were disruptions in the delivery, and USDA had used these contractors that weren't fulfilling their duty to the tribes, and there was this disruption in deliveries. At that time, I don't remember the acronym for it, but it's pretty much credit that the commodity programs, the food distribution programs can use to buy outside food from vendors outside of the assigned food hub they get their stuff from. And so I would also want to ask Tonka if she still has those funds available, because if you guys remember last time, she had spent $18,000 on food, and then the next day the food truck came, which was such chaos because Tonka would have never utilized that credit if she knew that her truck was coming. So my question would be to Tonka is how much of that, it's an acronym, I'll look it up. How much of that is available if they have to go outside of the system right now? So we have a solution, and that would also be if all those people can jump over to Commods too, that there would be a solution. You want me to email her?
Say, request all this information, or we just want to?
I got a comment first.
Drake.
I guess just I used to work down there before, and obviously it's for low income, so I don't think it takes that long for them to be able to find out, if they're able to get commods. But I guess just moving forward, we think back to COVID, and we could have had a lot of things set up during that time to where now we're talking about food again, where we could have kind of solved this in the past with the grocery store. We would already had one, or a meat locker, kind of better supporting the tribal farm. We could have had all these things already in place, and now we're kind of going back to talking about food again. So I guess kind of just thinking along those lines, but also, yes, the warehouse space as well. If they are able to kind of stock up a little bit more, they're probably going to need more warehouse space as well too. So kind of thinking along those lines, if the shutdown is going to continue, but then again, I think about all the ones that do get SNAP benefits, and you'll see, not saying all, but some of them do kind of sell their benefits too. So I guess I'm thinking along those lines as well. But yeah, we do need to have something in place for the ones to be able to have food on their table and feed their families. So I'm in support of whatever, we decide. So
Your storage area you're talking about, the old store, I think it's still sitting on the coolers. Pretty sure that freezer's still up and running. We're paying the electricity bill for it. The last conversation we had about it. So if those things haven't been taken offline, there's an extra storage space there. That's all.
Well, Chairman, we have a CEO. Is she in this meeting?
No.
Because
No.
the CEO could follow up with food distribution and find all this out. And follow up with Human Services to know how many households are on SNAP in our 68071. So it should be assigned to our CEO to follow up with food distribution and Human Services and get back to us on it. That's my suggestion.
Okay. Yeah, maybe, I think I'll swing down there after this meeting's over, and do we want to set a meeting up with her to see what she can do, or see what her plan would be?
I think it'd be good to set up a meeting. I was just looking back in 24 when there was those warehouse delivery disruptions, and the Winnebago tribe was allocated $77,000 to procure food. And so I remember her spending 18 of that, so my question is how much is left of that credit that we were given? And could that be utilized kind of now, like she be looking at deliveries in the next couple weeks if there needed to be that? So do you want to have a special meeting with her? Do you want to, we don't have nothing else?
Nothing, tomorrow. That's today.
Yes, I mean, it's separate.
We don't have anything tomorrow. We don't have anything on Thursday morning. Give her a couple days to gather some information. I would think that that her program heads would be having some type of biweekly calls or something, like they're got to be having some information flowing down.
I'll swing down there and see if she wants to have a meeting. If whatever she does, whatever she can do, and if it needs approval, then we'll schedule a meeting. But have her just shoot us an email. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Yeah. I'll support it.
Okay. All right. We'll do that then. Dude. Lorelai, you good with that?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Thank you. I'll do that as soon as I leave here. Okay, that is the end of the agenda, is it? Secretary? Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by Tori. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Arita. Any objections to adjourn? No objections?